up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. So let's do it. Should I put this here? Palo Santo smells so good. When I tell you, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if it does that for anybody else, but it's just the smell smells so good. So today I didn't feel like talking. But then I remembered last night I watched You People. We could talk about that. You People. Let's talk about You People. I think we can talk about that. It's unnecessary to talk or say no spoilers because we've seen the story since. Who's coming to dinner? Who's coming to dinner? Sidney Poitier. Who's coming to dinner? Where the black man or black woman and non-black person, white or in this case white Jewish. Oh yeah, we have some other stuff to talk about too. Let me go ahead and save this because I have a word and they spelled her name wrong. Y'all spelled Ebony's name wrong. That shows you. I know people misspell things, but that shows you like the impact. And it's like for her to lead with, I was the first black woman on Real Housewives of New York. But this is the reason why. But the truth is, you didn't make an impact. Number one. Number two, it kind of messed up the casting. Them casting you messed up the dynamic of the show. We were fine knowing that these divorced, middle-aged white women had their ways, but we enjoyed watching them cut up, act a fool, complete train wrecks. We enjoyed that. And then that season, Eboni came on and it was like, girl, what are we doing? What is this? I'm the most educated at the table. And I don't know. It was just like, why does it have to be a Black History program every time we're together? Why are we doing this on this show? What is the purpose? Why are we doing this on this show? This is, first of all, not the fucking network. I know they had to do their diversity series during all the George Floyd stuff and all that other stuff, but bringing Eboni on the show was not a success. It wasn't. So Nene shading her like that, yeah, you could feel it. She has a right to respond, but her response is like, I'm the first black woman on, like, basically, you should know, you know me because I'm the first black woman on Real Housewives of New York, and you know me because we got DMs, right? But I don't know, Eboni. They spelled Ebony's name wrong. Her name is spelled with the I. This is the Bravo Shade Room. Shout out to y'all. They spelled it Ebony with a Y. That shows you the impact. Or are they not even the site dedicated to Bravo and its shows are not even spelling your name right, sweetheart. So it's I love the enthusiasm, but it's a no for me.
Like people fainting, people passing.
Said she didn't know who you were.
Yeah, that's so interesting to me, though, because I'm looking at my Instagram DMs, and there you go, Envy. You can see.
That is a receipt.
That's a
Guess
receipt.
who's coming to dinner?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, why don't you read it, Charlamagne?
Read out loud.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
This is from Nene Leaks February 3rd at 9:07 a.m. Are you still on the show? 3 days later, February 12th.
That was shade right there.
And then 2 days from that, Eboni K. Williams responds, hello, Nene. Happy to chat in person. My cell is...
Like, why is it always this? And you see how...
Yo, Nene is so crazy.
Why is it always... It's like... Right, I can hear the shade in her voice, and you so like... business in response. Like, girl.
Or invitation, rather.
This is the wrong show. The truth is, Eboni K. Williams should have been on the show with on Potomac. That's where she should have been. But in a group, why would you even do her like that? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, I don't know if she thought that this was her opportunity to, get in front of a different audience. I don't know, but I'm like, I don't know why y'all did that. It did not. The dynamic of the show changed, and now y'all are like, oh, that was such a bad season. Ramona started acting a fool, so it's a mess. It's a mess. Let's see.
No. Absolutely. So I'm not sure what was meant when she came on this beloved program and said,
see, all of that, it's like, it's too much, Eboni. But that's her personality, and that's why it didn't go on Real Housewives. Okay, so like, you need to be on a different franchise.
First and only Black housewife. In fact, I was named in Nene's legal complaint. I am actually a named person as an example of the racial discrimination that she alleged Bravo of participating in. Oh. She cites my example, what I went through with Ramona on camera. So, yeah, the court documents say you do know me, Nene. Okay, so anyway.
So if you catch somebody lying, does that mean their whole testimony is a lie?
I would argue that in closing, Envy.
Damn.
I would argue that now you have no credibility on the topic, and you have a reputation for lying.
So you go to the jury at all? Is this a closed case?
No, not case closed. Okay. Well, guilty of hating for sure, and guilty of lying because you absolutely reached out to me.
Guilty of hating.
But also, the difference is,
she's shading.
Because I do agree with Nene on the broader point of being known and famous. Being different famous. Bravo Housewives, Charlamagne specifically, we have a particular rabid fan base. They actually have a name for that. Bravo celebrity. That's called a Bravo celebrity. So when your celebrity is rude, if you were not a known individual but for being a housewife, you're a Bravo celebrity. They can be really, really big celebrities. Like you say, people standing in line, people knocking, people fainting, people passing out, all of that. That's great.
And I seen them do that to Giselle and Robin at their live podcast.
No, he's lying. Charlamagne, you lying. Ain't nobody falling out and fainting to see Giselle and Robin.
I believe that. That is different, though.
That was a shot.
Girl, yeah, stop lying.
You saw that season. Anyways,
girl, what?
Though, y'all, than being.
Wait a minute. Did I just hear him say that right? Listen.
Rabid fan base. They actually have a name for that. Bravo celebrity. That's called a Bravo celebrity. So when your celebrity is rude, if you were not a known individual, I've seen them do it with some of my big celebrities. Like you say, people standing in line.
Y'all falling out for Giselle and Robin?
All of that. That's great.
And I seen them do that to Giselle and Robin at their live podcast.
I believe that. People standing in line, people knocking, people fainting, people passing out, all of that. That's great.
And I seen them do that to Giselle and Robin at their live podcast.
I believe that. I have seen that. I've seen them do it with some of my dumb castmates. So former castmates. So I believe that. That is different, though.
That was a shot. That was a shot.
Well, they dumb. You saw that season. Anyways, that is different, though, y'all, than being, I would say, a bona fide celebrity with an actual skill set. I think that's the difference, perhaps, that Nene was talking to. And because I'm not a hater.
Nene has a certain skill set.
Show as I've done on The View.
Trust that.
Which I guess host frequently, that Nene transcended Housewives as a genre. And I would say Nene became famous beyond being a housewife. I was the first Black woman on Real Housewives.
So that's what Eboni K. Williams said, child. So, like I said, great points. Bravo celebrity explained. But it's the way, I think the way that y'all make it seem like Wendy is what Eboni K. Williams is. The way that Wendy came on the first season and y'all were like, she doesn't have to do this all the time and she doesn't have to do that all the time. That's Eboni K. Williams to me. That it's almost like she's on. Like I would like to see her more relaxed, and that is that on person who always feels that she needs to be in educator mode. That doesn't go well with a group of middle-aged white women party girls who sleep with each other's men, who, you know what I'm saying? Like, you put a completely different, not even her race, her fucking personality didn't even go with them at all. Like, it didn't go. And it's just that even her response to Nene, you can tell the way Envy read it back that Eboni is always so, and I know that she's not always like, she can't be always like that. I mean, like, pull out the stick. It's like, girl, oh my God. We get it. We get it. That's how I feel like y'all are with Wendy. And I don't feel like Wendy is like that. I feel like maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Wendy is like that. But I feel like Wendy loosens up and it's like more of a personality there. Like that's the skill set that Nene has. She has a charismatic personality. People are drawn to her. She just has made the wrong choices in her career. I don't know what, I mean, that's it. But girl, okay, Eboni. Nene, girl, hello, who are you? That's what I'm saying. Even on this shade room, the Bravo shade room, Ebony's name is spelled wrong. So I'm just like, that is just like, yeah, it's spelled with an I, not a Y. So let me shut up. See, that's why I get in trouble. That's why I get in trouble. 555 likes on that. So I did watch You People last night with Eddie Murphy, Nia Long, Lauren London, Jonah Hill, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Kenya Barris was in it. Oh, let me go back. David Duchovny, Molly Gordon, Sam J, Young Miami, Lala, Rhea Perlman, Mike Epps, Andrew Schultz, of course. I was like, oh my God. Anthony Anderson, Elliot Gould, Dion Cole, Hal Linden. Come on, all-star cast. Yeah, a lot of people were in it. Sam J. Did I say Lala already? Lauren London, Jonah Hill, and Eddie Murphy. I said all the people, right? So it is a guess who's coming to dinner type of deal, but moved up into this time. I didn't I heard there were criticisms of You People. I saw a couple of people say the very beginning, the podcast conversation threw them off and they turned it off. But that was only a bit of it, so I don't know. That is like, I feel like, I don't know how you can get a good grasp of the movie in the first 10 seconds when it's just a black screen, nothing. Oh, maybe a lot of people were saying that that couple, the way that the pairing of the couple is unrealistic. I don't know where y'all live. I don't know where you live. I don't know where you live. And that might be the reason why that image isn't familiar to you. I don't know where you live. That's what I'm saying. This type of relationship happens all the time. Um, White boy, black girl, black boy, white girl, or black person, non-black person. It happens all the time. The some of the jokes were funny. I didn't cringe at any point. I'm trying to think. I didn't cringe at any point because a lot of the scripting I felt was predictable. Like, okay, like the mom is going to be um not know understand boundaries, saying ignorant things, father saying ignorant things. Um, it's a very predictable script, so it wasn't really anything to me. I feel like oh my God, let's get really critical about this. Jonah Hill's funny to me. Eddie Murphy was funny to me. Mike Epps was funny to me. I laughed. I chuckled. I loved the sneakers. I loved LA as a backdrop. I just loved all of that. Like the soundtrack was great. I loved all of that. But Kenya Barris is kind of predictable, right? I mean, it's predictable. It's predictable. I mean, because we've seen this, like, it's I think it's like we see the story every generation, maybe. Is that what's happening? Because every generation we have a Guess Who's Coming to Dinner movie, right? And it's the same thing. It's always the father, right? It's never the mother. Like, that would have been cool if it was, I mean, Nia Long was a little like, a little pro-black type, but she wasn't as harsh as Eddie Murphy's character, the dad. Um, so she wasn't, and then David Duchovny was more of like, I'm just gonna say funny things. He was the father. I'm just gonna say these funny things, but also be like not reading the room, but still trying to relate. Girl, and he's talking about Exhibit. The girl was like, shut up. And then them being embarrassed because their mom or dad are saying something. um I thought it was just like it was cute. I would say 7.5 out of 10, because you already know what there's nothing that can be like, oh my God, this was such an impactful film and it really brought the cultures together. It's these kind of stories happen all the time, right? Julia, I always say Julia Louis Dreyfus is funny to me. I think she's funny. Um, David Duchovny was funny. Nia Long was funny. Girl, when that man's kufi caught on fire, girl's a mess. Um, yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought the issues that Jonah had with Eddie Murphy, I liked the dialogue that they had at the end, saying what he wanted to say. But then I didn't like that I didn't like the way that the relationship went. Like, it seemed like it went really fast. That's the only thing that I had a problem with, right? Um, it seemed like it may have been like less than a year and they were already trying to get married. So that's what it seemed like to me. Maybe I looked down and missed a time span jump or something. I don't know, but it seemed like all that happened a little bit too fast. And then, yeah, the sneakers, the clothes, the costume design was great. The backdrop was great. All the landmarks, everything. I love that. I loved that. I loved the soundtrack. And like, even the spray painting of the credits, that's like predictable. You know what I'm saying? So for Kenya Barris is what I'm saying. I thought it was cool. Like I say 7.5 out of 10. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I mean, the storyline was, and they didn't have too many. It wasn't too much of them, and more so of the parents. And like, I feel like these parents would be older Gen X, and so the ignorance, I don't think, is there for older Gen X Jewish mothers and fathers and Black mothers and fathers. I feel like knowing your children are experiencing a different world, and they're not too many, unless you've taught it to them, are hung up on that mess, and like not dating people that they like and not being so hung up on the rest of the stuff. um I think does that still happen, so if it does, then you could see a glimpse of Midge. When they brought up Farrakhan, I was like, oh no. That was very short, very short. I was like, okay, very short. And it went on. It was nothing really like to like bring down the mood at any point. um and again, those couples exist. I see them all the time. Black women with white men all the time. It's not odd. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand, like, the way that they were like the coupling. Jonah Hill's not ugly. He is not ugly. And his body shape being like the focus, when women go out with men of all shapes and sizes, heights, and things like that, it's like, it's for I thought it was weird. And he's even come out and said that he doesn't like for people to talk about his body. Like, why are you talking about my body the same way that we do women? It's like the same thing we do to men. And I feel like saying that his body shape shouldn't be with a woman like that's weird. Oh, it's so weird. It is so weird to me. Like, are we still on that? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that's weird. I feel like that's weird. I just feel like that's weird to say like that kind of coupling wouldn't go together. I feel like I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Some people are like, they didn't like his hair was bleached or whatever. I don't understand. And then his friends, I thought the friends were like they will probably have those types of friends. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Murphy going to the bachelor party and Jonah Hill sitting there not being able to have a good time. That was crazy. So I don't know. I don't know. He had tattoos and everything like that. Real Perlman was in there. Shout out to Real Perlman. But we loved her on Cheers. Yes. You know, she's married to Danny DeVito. Y'all know that. But anyways, yeah, so I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. So y'all tell me what y'all think about you people. Like I said, I wasn't really like, I was laying down, chilling, watching. Let me have a good laugh. Let me see the sneakers. I love the sneakers. Like I said, the best part was the sneakers, the backdrop of Los Angeles. Hello, because that's where I'm from. So it was good for me. It felt good to see all those places. Um, and the music was good. The soundtrack was good. Um, Costume design. Did I say that? Or I said that already. Storyline was, like I said, like I feel like it was a fast, but it's a movie. I mean, you only have what, 2 hours? It was 2 hours. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Stop making women go with, honey, women be with anybody. The way that y'all be acting about people and the way they look in terms of like, Jonah Hill's not ugly. I was like, what? Maybe some people that, oh, I don't find that white man attractive. Okay, girl. All right. I don't know what to tell you, girl. Then that's what you don't have to. That's why you have these. These are your own. These are your own. And what you see out of them is for you. That's what you like. That's what you like. What you looking at, what you might think is attractive, I might look at it and be like, absolutely fucking not. Because I got my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I don't think nothing's wrong with Jonah Hill. I think he's cute. And I found a tweet from like, I think 2012. And I went on Twitter talking about Jonah Hill's cute. And he was on the red carpet, something. I think he's cute. And he's funny. And then him and his homegirl had a podcast. And they were like talking about race and culture, right? And there was a conversation between him and Eddie Murphy, like, what culture are you talking about? And he's like, it's culture. Just like being the pro-black father. And it's just like, okay. It was the father and the mother. The mother, it was his mother. She was a mess, and her father. Nia Long wasn't Nia Long wasn't that bad. Girl, the scene with Young Miami. Young Miami was in it too. Why isn't her face on there? I didn't say Young Miami. Young Miami was in it too. And she was like, who are these white people? Who are these white women when they went to the bachelorette party? She didn't have too many lines, but I know you saw the clip of the mom snatching her. Well, it caught on to her bracelet and her wig snatched off her head. And somebody was like, your braids look cute. Don't worry about it. And then when Lala went over, she was like, give me the wig. Oh, that was funny. That was funny. That was funny. And then it was like, she's trying to understand her black, daughter-in-law and, saying inappropriate things or things that are off color just don't make sense. So yeah. Yeah. It was always like a misstep. And it's just, I think it's just the same story for this time. And I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. All right, that's all I have to say. I think I'm done talking. because I really didn't want to talk today. And I was like, let me just put the mic on and start scrolling the blocks and see what else is on the blogs.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Okay. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. Oh, look at Missy, child. Come on, Misdemeanor. Yes, ma'am. Come on, Melissa. Look, they said she looks like Carisha. I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe it's the mouth. Maybe it's the mouth. But I don't think Carisha and Missy look alike in this. You saw Missy walking and her body, honey. Come on. I look at Missy. I never noticed how they resemble each other. That's what somebody else said. Missy is nominated to be inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she needs us to vote. But this is the conversation y'all promoting. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? That comment is weird as hell. Who is this? Are you for real? This comment is weird. Not at all. Yeah, I don't see it either. Hell no, y'all just be wanting everything. I don't see it. I think that was her at first, but then I seen the body and took a double take. Y'all just woke up in the morning and just lied unprovoked too. It's the comments. Okay, let's go to something else since I'm here, child. Girl, why is this on my thing? Why is that on my timeline? Okay, let me go. Every time that girl she always makes these chicken wings, chicken tenders, fried chicken tenders, and she always makes this sauce. Her name is Jordan Ramsey. Some of you probably follow her on Instagram. Jordan Ramsey, Ramssy. Jordan Jordan. She's making crab rangoons, but she always has some sauce, making some sauce, and the sauce always be looking good. That's what she's making. So yeah, that's a so let me see what's on the blog, child. Since we here, child. We might as well. Girl, what? Girl, what? This is K Michelle talking about, do y'all put your man's love juice in your hair to grow? Am I late or something? Be honest. Instead of asking like the internet, go to the information on the internet to see if that's really a thing before you start asking people if they do it. And if they are doing it, after you've researched it to determine that you should not be doing it, then you could go to the internet and be like, if y'all putting your man's sperm and shit in your hair, bitch, something is wrong with y'all. This is a mess. Somebody said, I beg your pardon, excuse me. Ugh. Not the way y'all eat. Talking about sea moss got 92 minerals. Men moss got 193. Not the way y'all eating out here and dropping like flies by 60 years old. You can't tell me that's some good sperm, semen, or whatever the hell you want to call it at all. Shit probably smell like Black and Milds and fucking molded cheese. No, thank you. Talking about golden showers last week. Damn, I said on Twitter, y'all y'all gonna wind up with first degree burns having these niggas pee on you. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all. The way these niggas diets be, girl. Absolutely not. Why does she look so different? Is it the nose? Is it the cheekbones? That can't be her. That's J. Michelle. Girl, I can't. Watch this become a challenge or a trend. Clown emoji. Okay. K. Michelle looks completely different. That's what somebody says. Anything to be on topic. Yeah, I think it is to like, let me say something crazy and see if, let me just put this question out here and see if the blogs will pick it up. Because, girl, absolutely not. Neil and Crystal Renee are officially single after finalizing their divorce. Will have joint custody, and Singer will give her $5,000 in alimony and more. According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, the former couple has reached an agreement to settle things out, with the two agreeing to have joint custody. Per the news site, as a part of the joint custody agreement, neither will have new romantic partners around the minor children unless they get married or engaged to that partner. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous, because how the fuck are your kids supposed to get to know the person you plan on getting engaged to or married to? Y'all sound stupid. Sorry, I think that is dumb as hell. So my kids can't meet my man until we about to get engaged? Girl, what the fuck? That's a disservice to the children. They're gonna be like, who the fuck is this? What? Y'all don't make no goddamn sense. Anyways, in addition to that, the singer will pay Crystal $12,000 a month in child support for the 3 kids they have together. He's also expected to cover the kids' school expenses. On top of that, he will also give her $5,000 a month in alimony for the next 3 years. That first part, it does not make sense to me. Y'all think that makes sense? Y'all believe in not introducing someone to your children until you're engaged or about to get married? That don't even make sense to me. Where are you going? Where are you going? Who are you dating? How are you dating this person and seeing this person and getting to know this person enough to get engaged and married, and your kids don't know them? Can y'all make that make sense for me? Because that doesn't make sense to me. Oh, it says, whoa, this is from Hollywood Unlocked. 3 YSL gang trial defendants accused of stabbing a man inside a Fulton County jail. That's why they need to stay inside of there, because they don't have the emotional intelligence, right? Terrorizing people. And y'all try to say things like free thugger and all this other dumb stuff. Young slime life. Right, exactly. According to WSB-TV, Channel 2 Mark's Ween, I don't know his name, y'all tell me locally. 3 men who are currently standing trial as a part of the sweeping gang indictment have been accused of stabbing a fellow inmate in the Fulton County Jail. Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labat confirmed that the news about Christian Eppinger, Rodilis, Ryan, and Damone, who are all facing new charges. Thank you. So far, the victim's condition has not been released, and authorities have not yet shared further details on when the attack happened or what even led up to it. Keep them inside of there. Keep them inside of there. Let me see what some of the comments say. Oh, you can't spell terrorist in the comments. That's crazy. I'll just put the O as a 0. So stupid. Let me read these comments. And they'll try to pin that on Thug too. This happened every day in jail. Let me guess. So it's also Thugger's fault? Free him. This is a woman. When I see YSL, I think of Yves Saint Laurent. So this clearly is not my lane. Let me make a U-turn, okay? This is why you don't give your kids Bible names, because Christian had no business killing anyone. What if the rest of YSL is trying to sabotage Jeffrey? First the pill in the court, now stabbing. I don't know. I've just never seen this before trial. Don't blame Thugger either. There's a lot of people in support of this man. YSL is exactly what we think it is. Thug ain't coming out. Right. What? Somebody said Happy Black History Month. Child. All right. Georgia teacher left unable to walk after physical altercation with student in viral video. Y'all remember that video of the girl fighting her teacher? Well, apparently the teacher fell and she was on top of her fighting her when they, were fighting, and broke that lady's leg. Sure did. Broke that lady's leg, and the kid is now in a juvenile detention center, and the school district said that she's been suspended and is facing criminal charges. And I think the teacher, I don't remember what the teacher, let me know in the comments what the teacher and her were getting into it about, but it got physical, and the teacher was trying to, defend herself. Oh, here he goes. Get out my face. She knocked her phone out of her hand. You're playing in my face right now. You're playing in my face right now. She tried to close the door on the teacher. The teacher came back in the room, and then they put their hands on each other. Let me see. And the kids are just sitting there. Let me tell you something. I remember in high school, boys used to get into fights. I remember 2 fights that a teacher had with a boy, right? So it does happen. It's not like uncommon for a student to get into a fight with a teacher. Like the other teacher, there was another teacher they showed on the internet. I think the student called him the N-word, and he fought the student, which I thought should not have happened, because I think in those moments you could have not engaged in that way, because in real life you are not going around hitting everybody who calls you the N-word. If so, then you'll end up in jail. That's just how it goes, and you can't demonstrate that. I feel like he didn't have to engage in that way. This teacher was defending herself. You know what I'm saying? And end up falling on the floor, and the girl broke her leg. She's kicking at the teacher. The teacher's trying to keep her like back, like to not hit her. And then she started grabbing her hair, hitting her in the head, and then they just started fighting. She just started defending herself. The girl went to the floor first, and then the teacher went after her, and all the kids are laughing. They're like, "What?" The teacher broke her leg. I'm trying to see at the part when she broke her leg. She couldn't get up. But she's wailing on that teacher. She's just going. I'm trying to figure out why it took them so long to get her off of the teacher. But the teacher got a broke leg now. And it says she claims she cannot walk due to leg and knee injuries. Girl's a mess. But did y'all see the video of the teacher fighting the boy for calling him the N-word? Like that, I feel like it's two different situations. Yes, the same student and a teacher fighting, but I feel like in that situation, if a student is calling a teacher the N-word, then the teacher needs to be a level of restraint. Like that type of that word, I know it's a fighting word, but from a kid, like, girl, shut up. I feel like you should be like, girl, shut the fuck up. Like if some kid called me the N-word, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Shut your ass up. You really think I'm supposed to get upset, like to let a kid trigger you that way, and you not to have any restraint in that way? This woman was defending herself, right? So it's a different story. Same scenario, teacher and a student fighting, but different circumstances. And I feel like in that circumstance, the man should have practiced restraint in that way. You didn't have to fight the kid. Like, and I think he got fired too. Because what are you doing? Like, if you are still triggered to the point of violent, like physical violence, and it's towards a child, like that kind of, like, you clearly don't have any restraint, and you don't have enough right here to be like, let me not engage with this kid in this way, because I know he's trying to make me angry, clearly because he's calling me a word he know he shouldn't be calling me. So that's, and he's calling me in a way that isn't endearing or anything like that. He's not singing a rap song. He's saying it to me to antagonize me. And for you not to take a beat and be like, all right, let me just call school security and get your ass out of here because you're not going to be in here calling me a nigga. So I'm going to get your white ass up out of here. And that's it. I can see a teacher saying some shit like that. Right? I can see that happening. I can see that happening. But trying to fight the kid, I'm like, girl, maintain restraint because in real life, you can't just beat up everybody that's calling you the N-word. That's not going to happen. Like, or you will end up in there with YSL, child. So I'm going to go now. That's enough time for me not wanting to talk today. So take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.